Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Donnelly, play-by-play voice for the Charlotte Rush. We're in the Charlotte Rush coach's office here at the Extreme Ice Center on this video Wednesday, February the 6th. I want to talk Charlotte Rush Premier Hockey right now with the head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier, Trevor Jewell. Trevor, big trip to Woodbridge, Virginia, about 40 miles southwest, of D.C. to play the Potomac Patriots, and you got identical 4-1 wins both Saturday and Sunday. Let's talk about the big win on Saturday. First of all, Nick D'Antonio was in goal. Nick hadn't played for a while, so good to see him in the net. He got a big win for us there. And you had four different goal scorers: Jimmy O'Kane, Julian Miranda, Justin Samaro, and also the ever-dangerous Antonio Demacopoulos. But I know you had to be happy with seeing some of the new guys up from Elite to Premier, Jimmy O'Kane, and also Julian Miranda get goals in that game.
Yeah, it's always good to see our developmental system pay off and have our guys up there and see success on the Premier team and stuff like that. You know, they buy in, they listen to what we teach and stuff like that, and it works. And they're prime examples of it. And you know, it's not just those two; it's the other guys that are up there. You know, Kyle Prestis, David Schmidt. You know, those guys that have really bought in. You know, even Johnny Barrett and guys like that as well. I'm sure I'm missing others too, but you know, sorry if I missed you, but. You know, there's a bunch of them there, and they're all deserving of it, and they help us win hockey games because they understand the culture and the systems that we've put in to help them succeed and the things we do for them on and off the ice. So it's good to see them get on the board, and you know, I thought Nick played pretty well for the most part, and then you know, the rest of the team, obviously Antonio, it speaks for himself. He's been very consistent and very, very good as of late, and you know, Samaro, it's nice to see him get on the board again. And, you know, it's a lot of fun when you get those wins. But credit to Potomac. They kept coming for 60 minutes. They gave us everything they had, and their goalie played phenomenally well and stopped a ton of shots and you know, kept the game tight because we had a lot of opportunities. We just couldn't finish. But at the same time, you know, that's a good team over there, and they keep coming in waves, and they don't stop, even if their record does not indicate how good they actually are. So, you know, kudos to them and the things they've been able to do this season and the big wins they have gotten. So, it's not a hard team. It's not an easy team to play against. So, I give them all the credit in the world, but I'm happy with our outcome.
Another ditto 4-1 win on Sunday. And you mentioned Johnny Barrett, one of those first-year guys up from Elite to Premier. He got a goal, as did Ryan Newman. Antonio Demacopoulos with another one, and also Gino DeBlasis. So, again, talk about those first-time Premier Elite guys, first time on the Premier from the Elite, Johnny Barrett and Ryan Newman getting markers in that game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's good to see Johnny get rewarded. He's been through a trying year, so to speak. I mean, with his shoulder surgery last offseason, and then you know, being up and down at the beginning of the year, battling through coming back from the injury and stuff like that. So to see him score and get rewarded for the work he puts in on and off the ice and in the culture things and stuff like that, and as a leader, it's you know, it's very cool to see. So, and then obviously, you know, Newman scoring a goal, that helps as well. I mean, it's nice to see him score, and you know, he's a very good hockey player as well. But I think I was happiest to probably see Gino DeBlasi score because that kid, he's got a motor on him. He does everything right. He works his bag off day in and day out, and to see him get rewarded is very pleasing to me. So I was very, very happy with him. And you know, obviously, then there's Demo. He does it again. So, I mean, I can't really say much about him at this point in time. But, you know, very pleased with our play in that game again. But, you know, same thing goes for Potomac. They kept coming and coming and coming, and their goalie stood on his head the entire game. So, all the credit in the world to them. But I was happy with our outcome as well.
And again, that's our new signature phrase for Demo on our Hockey TV broadcast, the ever-dangerous Antonio Demacopoulos. Quick comment, and we'll move on from that game. Jack Rydell was in net. Critique his performance, Trevor.
I thought he played well. You know, he seemed calm and collected, and he did everything he needed to do. I mean, the one goal that he did get scored on got tipped off his stick, so can't blame him for that. It's a redirect, and that's not easy save for a goalie to make. But very happy with his play, and it's nice to see him confident in a net like that.
All right, let's take a look at the standings right now. You're going to see them on the screen. The Rush Premier with a record of 31-8-1-1. They have 64 points. Only 2 games left in the regular season, of course, a week from this weekend, home against Carolina. The Rush Premier locked in second place right now in the Southeast Division. And, Trevor, talk about the playoff format coming up. Hard to believe the playoffs are only a few weeks away.
Yeah, so we have to go to Hampton for the first round of playoffs. It'll be, I think we play Richmond, so 2 versus 3, and then 1 versus 4, which is Hampton and either Atlanta or Carolina. So I think we're locked in pretty much to play Richmond the first round. It's a best of 3 for both series, and then top 2 teams will go to Boston for the finals, which is I think is a 16 team round robin performance up there, and that's for the championship. So you'll play your round robin games and then go into semifinal and then a final, which we've been there. We know what it's like. So we know what's at stake coming forward here, and we have a lot of work to do going forward.
Of course, the team is off this weekend, so there's no games. Trevor, what have you done with the team? What was the agenda for this week with no games at all this weekend?
Just shoring up some things in our system. I think positionally we can be a little bit better in certain aspects, and then just attention to detail in certain things in certain points of our game. So we've been working on that a lot lately, and then we've been having a lot of battle and compete type stuff and letting our guys have a little bit of fun as well. So that's really what we're focusing on this week, is just showing up some things that we need to get fixed and get situated. So happy with our performance so far this week, but we still have a lot of work to do before we go into Carolina as well.
All right, so the Rush off this weekend, but then next weekend, wow, we got 3 big things going on. Let's talk about the first one, Trevor. Friday night, February 15th, the Charlotte Rush and the annual St. Baldrick's fundraiser for cancer victims of St. Baldrick. The Rush guys are going to get their haircuts all the way down to the bone. It's a lot of fun. Matthews Barbershop, too, comes. But just talk about what fans can expect on that Friday night, February 15th, 7 to 9 p.m. at the Extreme Ice Center.
Yeah, I mean, they can expect a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and to be able to interact with our players and have some fun with them. It's a great experience for everyone involved, and obviously, teaching our guys that there's something bigger than hockey and doing something bigger than themselves is an important thing and an important tool that we use with our guys. And they do a good job in the community. They do a good job raising money for this, and the least they can do is shave their head. And I know a lot of them hate it, and a lot of them don't like it because they like their hair and stuff like that. I mean, I'm assuming they're all worried about the girls and what they'll think and stuff like that. But, we all do it. We've done it for the past few years, and we've had a very, very high success rate with our money-raising abilities. And we believe in that kind of stuff because it helps guys understand that there's other things that are more important in life. And, it's a great experience. So a lot of any fans and friends that come, they're going to be laughing. They're going to be having a lot of fun. There's a lot of gifts to give out and stuff like that. So it's a great experience, and then Matthews too does a great job with us, and they're fun to have around, and they're a good group of people too. So it's a blast for all of us, as cold as our heads may be for the few weeks after that. But it's exciting, so I think a lot of people will have a lot of fun if it's their first time going, especially.
Trevor, one final comment from you on the St. Baldrick's. I'm amazed and highly impressed that the guys will do this, knowing what you said. These are young men, 16 to 23 years old, and they're getting their heads shaved. You know the peer pressure, what it was like when we were that age, and yet they're willing to do it because they know it's a great cause. It speaks really well of the Rush organization and these young men.
Yeah, I mean, it goes along with our culture and what we've been able to build here the last few years, and our guys buy in, they understand, and they know that at the end of the day, it's just hair, but it means a lot more than just getting a haircut. So we're very proud of them doing it, and we're very proud of them after it, and I think they feel a sense of accomplishment after it as well. So it's not as bad as what they think, and even though they might look goofy for a little while, but they're young enough to where it grows back, but we're getting to the age where it might not. So I think they'll be just fine. I think it's our confidence that we have to worry about, but we can't wait, and it's a lot of fun, and we really enjoy it.
Come on out, Friday, February 15th, 7 to 9 p.m. here at the Extreme Ice Center, the St. Baldrick's fundraiser. I know when I was that age, I was ugly with hair. I can only imagine what I would have looked like without hair. Hey, it's our video Wednesday here, Wednesday, February 6th. One last question for Charlotte Rush Premier Coach Trevor Jewell. Trevor, regular season finales against the Carolina Eagles a week from this weekend. Always good to play Carolina. We're going to finish the regular season at home. Preview those games for us, if you would.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited to come back home and play at home again, but it's another rivalry game. We have a lot of respect for that program over there. They're like family to us, but when we hit the ice, it's a huge rivalry. And, I think, our guys will be ready. It'll be prepared. It's going to be physical. It's going to be fast, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, we just got to make sure we're prepared and in every aspect of our game plan, and I think we'll be just fine, but it should be an exciting weekend.
Trevor, thank you so much for the thoughts and observations. Always appreciate it. Enjoy this weekend off. I know you won't be too far from a television watching some film, but enjoy it anyway, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, thanks a lot, Tim.
Trevor Jewell, head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier, on this video Wednesday. Again, don't forget, Friday night, February 15th, St. Baldrick's fundraiser event. The entire Rush team, coaches, will all be here 7 to 9 at the Extreme Ice Center. Saturday, February 16th, and Sunday, February 17th, Carolina Eagles, right here at home. I'm Tim Donnelly, play-by-play voice of the Charlotte Rush for Hockey TV, and I want to thank Davis Smith running our camera on this video. Davis, thank you very much. Well, that'll do it for our video Wednesday on this Wednesday, February the 6th. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.